I'm Morgan from Packhacker, and in this video we're taking a look at the SLNT RFID Passport Wallet, which I've been testing for 2 weeks. If you find this video helpful, hit subscribe so that we can continue making content that helps you travel smarter. Let's jump in. So this is made with a very high quality top grain leather that feels super comfortable to hold and to the touch. The stitching around the corners is really nice. It looks and feels like it'll last like a long time. And it's lightweight, very flexible. So it can be like a very nice protective covering for one or multiple passports. The branding is pretty minimal with just the logo here in the lower right hand corner. And then if you look inside, there's another silent logo right here. But I mean, aside from that, it is a pretty minimalistic approach to like passport and wallet carry. One thing about this though is that it is RFID and NFC protected. So it blocks all of that, all RFID and NFC like technology from like scanning it. So in order to actually use a card or your passport, you would have to like actually take it out of here. So just something to keep in mind. On the inside, there are 2 dedicated sleeves, and inside I just have some example passports, but taking these out so you can get a better sense of like what it looks like inside. It just has like standard sleeves inside on each side, and it's pretty lightweight, very minimal. This can fit 1 passport or I think up to a couple. I don't think that they mentioned how many will fit in here, but I know at least 2 will, and this is typically how I would do it. If I had like another passport or if I were carrying other people's passports, I would slip one side into one sleeve and then slip the other into this one, like so. And then it closes pretty nicely, and it's still pretty flat. Doesn't add any extra bulk or anything like that. And it still allows you to like check and see passports pretty easily. And then if you need to take them out, it's also pretty easy as well. Another thing that I actually like to do, and this is like if I was only carrying 1 passport, is use this as like a dedicated sleeve, sticking both sides into here. And then that way, every time you open it, you're basically opening it at the correct page with all of your details and information in it. I will say though, that with this, it does take a little bit of configuring to get it in this specific way, and getting it out is not as quick or as easy. And so it adds like an extra level of protection and security, ensuring that like it's secured on both sides. But if you're going through like a passport check, like an airport, sometimes they require you to take the passport out so that they can like scan it. And so that would take like a little bit of extra time. It's not like a huge deal, but it does take a little bit of extra time and setup to get it in and get it out. So just something to keep in mind when going through a airport or a passport check. I found this to be really easy to use, very intuitive, very minimal, very simple. The ease in which it was to store it was even nicer, just because it is basically like the same size as a passport, except like a little bit, so it doesn't add too much bulk. And so I found that it was more than comfortable to like slip into a back pocket if I still required easy access, or to throw in a bag. But I will say that because this is all black, if you have other like all black aesthetic items, it might be a little difficult finding it, just because it is all black on black is a little bit more difficult to find, especially like when you're rummaging around in a bag and you're like waiting at a gate or next in line. It can be somewhat stressful. So just something to keep in mind. But overall, this was really easy to just throw in a bag, a sling, or in a pocket. Comparing the SLNT RFID Passport Wallet to something similar, like the Alpaca Zip Travel Wallet, the Alpaca has a slightly bigger profile. It's a little bit more bulkier, whereas the SLNT one is a little bit more compact, a lot easier to throw in and out of a pocket or a bag. I found that it was a lot faster getting my passport in and out, or just getting overall access to in this one compared to this one, where you do have the security of a zip, but you still have to like open it and then get it out and then fumble with it in order to show like a security check or anything like that, and then putting it back in. You don't have to zip it, but you can. This one with the silent, it just felt a little bit easier, a little bit faster, especially when using it as like a dedicated skin, because I could just open it up, show the page, and then close it. Or if I needed to remove it entirely, it didn't feel as bulky as like the Alpaca Zip Travel Wallet. And then it also has like a nice aesthetic with the leather and the stitching. Just feels very premium, very high quality. Whereas the Alpaca Zip Travel Wallet feels more durable with the ripstop nylon. So there you have it, the silent RFID Passport Wallet. Thanks for keeping it here at Packhacker, your guide to smarter travel. We'll see you in the next video.